welcome to What Do You Collect? We have a special tonight here. We're doing the Women of Collecting episode. Just love to get some stories of collecting and just to see all these women collectors here, exactly what got them into the collectibles that they love, that they have cherished, that they maybe started out as a child collecting, or they just maybe recently came across something that interests them. But welcome to the show, everyone.
What do you collect? Show me your collection. You're my one of one. You're my kind of obsession, my big break.
This segment is brought to you by NBA Top Shot.
How are we feeling? How's everybody here today?
Awesome. Feeling good.
Amazing.
So I want to start with just BananaMac, a little bit of collecting. We could see some NBA jerseys over here, some Toronto Raptors. I can see we got a little basketball vibe going on. Are you happen to be an NBA collector?
I just happen to be an NBA collector on NBA Top Shot. The jersey behind me. I collect
Unbelievable.
Top Shot.
Yes.
Yes.
All
Top
right.
Shot all day, all of them.
That's awesome stuff. And so your collecting journey, is this something that has started in the recent years, or have you been a basketball collector for some time as a child, or is this just the, as I know, Top Shot getting it started in 2021, pretty much coming into the mainstream? Or is that the beginning of your journey?
The beginning of my journey is probably childhood, honestly. I collected tubes. I collected all kinds of random things. The problem was storage. I have a small house. So digital and getting onto Top Shot allowed me to be the hoarder I've always wanted to be. And nobody can stop me. I can have as much as I want.
That is true. Listen, I love it. I love many different styles and types of collectibles. But the digital stuff is fun because you can walk around with it. It's there on you daily. It's not, oh, let me get home and I'll show you my collection. But if you have both, I think it's just a great mix. Something to say that if this means something to me and I want to collect it, it's in my pocket. I have it. But then if I have friends over and I want to show them, I have my, as we can see, fabulous displays. Yeah, look at this. What do you got in there? Is that a display for a digital collectible?
Crypto card slab.
Okay. Let's see what this.
Up.
All right, this will turn on.
Go.
So this is happening. I just love these crypto slabs. If you've seen this, it's your digital collectibles can be displayed and just put out there. What was your first thoughts when you got that? Is this your first physical display, or have you had others?
This is my first. So I have two of these, and they're both Grady Dick, my absolute favorite player, and my grail. So they're the number one in jersey match. So when people come over, this is what I show off instead of the copy on my phone because it's cooler.
I love it. Yeah, exactly. I think so. I love it. I did. It is so cool. I actually have obviously a couple behind me. Just loving to see the digital collectibles today. Just take on a new journey. It's just something that I think over time we're going to see exactly how the younger generation and how the older generation mix with that, because it's nice because we're all kind of playing a part in it as as it's new to the generations. We're a part of that journey and we're kind of writing it with them, with the companies selling the stuff and the collectors and communities that are out there. BriarJay, so you want to tell us a little bit about your collecting, as we see you got a couple of items over there.
Yeah, I got just a little bit of stuff here. Just like anybody, I like things that sparkle and shine and just kind of make me feel happy. As a little kid, I used to collect snow globes. Those were my favorite. Would go to the Disney store for like the new one. My favorite one, I think, was my Sleeping Beauty one. Obviously, Aurora, BriarJay is my favorite princess for sure. But my real favorite princess is really Leia up there. And also my favorite superhero, without question, was actually not in costume. I made a choice to show my face today, is Ghost Spider. So I do want you to know that I'm in love with everything that Disney has to bring. That's Marvel, Star Wars, the stuff in National Geographic has all been pretty cool. So as far as collecting goes, the stuff that is modern, I'm collecting right now what's called Disney Pinnacle. It's a Disney's NFT, right? And so it's a digital pin. I know Eleanor knows a little bit about this, and I know she's going to speak on the fig pins, but this pin
Oh,
I can pull
nice.
up is a digital pin as well.
Oh,
Here's
nice.
a little quick. I pulled
Okay.
the Cindy
Yep.
Gold 28 of 50 on the top. So
Wow, this
for
is
collecting, it's you can't keep all of this stuff, right? In the same way that you were talking about, you just can't keep all of this stuff. Well, these are just the only things I've kept. I've gotten rid of all of my collection. So everything is now in my phone. And I take it everywhere with me.
Wow. Hold up.
Yeah. I have the master collection of the Disney Pinnacle pins. And so, that's been pretty cool to be able to take it with you.
Awesome. And I just love it. I mean, this is just so cool to hear, going from physical to say, all right, I've collected so much of this stuff, but I'm just gonna narrow it down to what matters most. And now with the digital, like you just showed us, that's it. You're carrying around everywhere, and that's it. Everything that you have is just all there. That's crazy.
And here it is. This is what got me hooked.
Which one we got here?
It's the May the 4th drop. I started April 3rd. I had a pretty good time. I listened to my husband for a year talk about these digital assets. I was like, what is this man talking about? By the way, I now have some Panini Cooper flags and some Otanis. So, I've gotten into the digital world. I'm enjoying it. But I pulled the number 1 of 504 on the May the 4th be with you. And so for me, awesome. that moment was where I was hooked on Disney Digital, and it was all downhill for there. And basically at that point,
downhill, uphill. It's uphill.
I had to make up a lot of time. So you guys know I had to go and try to get that collection.
What a journey. That is sick. That's so nice. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Eleanor, you might want to you mind letting us all know at the moment where you are doing this podcast?
So I'm actually in Disney World right now. My primary collection is, like BriarJay said, the Disney Pinnacle. But I also do Disney Pins. So I actually came to the pin trading. I'm sitting in the Polynesian resort right now, just kind of watching people go by and everything, and it's kind of fun.
Crazy.
I just want to go back and say, BriarJay, did you mention that you have a master set on Disney Pinnacle? Like every single pin on Pinnacle?
I have every single pin.
Let's just take a moment because I don't know if anyone knows just how difficult this is to accomplish. Wow. That is absolutely amazing. I would love to say that I have a master set as well. The only master set that I have right now is from the Frozen Volume 2, but my little niche is similar to BriarJay said, collecting those physical pins that have a digital pin aspect. And some of those are from the Disney parks, but also kind of expanding out. The Pink a la Mode collections, Loungefly, Fig Pin has a few of them as well. Just those Disney licensed pins that match exactly of those digital ones that I have on my phone. Just like you guys were saying, it's really fun to have everything on the go, and it's just extra cool to know that I have the physical one sitting at home. So I know that for me, I will continue to snatch up whenever I see that there's a digital pin that I have in my collection and a physical one comes out, I will snag that physical one, and vice versa as well. As far as getting into this, I kind of just stumbled upon it. Shout out to Disney Plus Perks for bringing me into Disney Pinnacle. I have Disney Plus and I got it this past summer, and I just kind of was scrolling through and looking at those monthly benefits, and they had a free monthly pin. I think that's actually still a benefit that's available. So if you have Disney Plus, I would definitely look into that. We also had a free capsule for this latest drop from the Pumpkin Harvest, and that one was extra special because it matched with the Pink a la Mode pins too. So that was kind of fun to be able to capture like a digital and a physical all in one little drop in one day.
That's amazing. Yep, no, that's true. I love this. I just love like the fun events that they have that go on as well with Disney Pinnacle.
Yeah.
I know the latest ones. We've had those Genesis pins, chasing keys every 4 hours.
Oh my goodness. How many? Okay. Okay. Who got all the keys and then didn't do anything with them? Me. I was waiting for the next one to put them in, right? Did you do the same thing, Eleanor?
I think I burned about 60 keys. Like 60 keys that just did
Yeah.
not get used or for anything.
Well, wasn't the one pin
Even more than
unlocked
that.
after 100? I think there was only 300 keys used or something the one time before it was unlocked.
Oh.
One of them was really fast. Like I didn't even. I
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah. It
18,
was
I
the
didn't even
last
try.
pin, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to show a little bit. I know we just were mentioning a little bit about it, the harvest event. So this here is just basically going off of what Eleanor was just talking about. Want to tell us a little bit about just like some of these fun events that have been happening? You just kind of get a free pin where they can do these random things where it's okay. Now this collection comes out. You want to tell us what you think of the harvest event so far?
Yeah, I mean, I've had so much fun. I think I've got about 12 capsules so far, but I think what's actually interesting about this one is we have a really unique opportunity to pull in some physical pin collectors, specifically because of the price point on this one. Something that I've heard from people just kind of talking in the parks and things like that is, why would I spend, money on a digital pin? Well, if you like the artwork and this is something that you want to collect and you want to buy into, those pink a la mode pins were $30 a pop. These ones are $6.95. So my $30 got me way more pins than my one little shot on pink a la mode. So I had a lot of fun just, spending money after money just trying to get my color slash ones. I still have 2 more color slash to get, but what's extra cool is you get the background with this one. So I'm definitely going to go for that princess background, that the princess pumpkin harvest background that they're going to include if you get a master set of this.
Yeah. No,
What?
it is.
Which pumpkin are you looking for?
I need the jasmine color splash and the Tiana color splash.
All right, I got an extra of one of those. I'll trade you for it
Okay.
during the trading event. So that's the
Yes.
other thing. We can trade Monday through Friday, noon to noon Eastern Standard Time. The marketplace is Friday to Monday, noon to noon Eastern Standard Time. So you get opportunities to trade for things you're looking for, or making like have a friend and you're like, oh, dude, I got an extra. Let's swap something.
Which is awesome that we got to communicate with that over here, because typically we have to go on our Discord, right? And
Yep.
try to communicate through there.
Yeah. No, it's true. Now it's straight through the app that you can chat during the trade, trading. You just find a user. If it's a friend of yours, it's real simple. You just type in the username. You can create, that trade. And from there, it's just, take a look at the whole collection, and sorting and filtering is just so easy in order to, not have to look through. I'm sure looking through BriarJay's, if you go one by one, you're going to be there for a while, but you can just filter it out and just go straight.
Well, the filters work really great. But the other thing I was going to say, they also just had an event that was really fun. They played a trivia Kahoot. And so I know that they're looking for a ton of community engagement. I know at the park, straight up, I got 3 people hooked on Pinnacle. They opened up their Disney Plus perks caps right there. There's a video on my X right now. I'll be downloading a ton of content from what we did. But guess what? Those pumpkins, for $11.99, you can buy a card and walk around the park and look for pumpkins very similarly. And so what I have to tell you is those magic bands that make those statues talk pretty soon are going to be your pin. You're going to have that pin. I'm sure of it. Those things are coming to the park. There is too much connectivity. This is the time to jump on. You got to get your 12 free ones a month. You got to use your Disney Plus perks. This is the time. Disney is it. And I look, I want to hear more about those Top Shot moments, because those sound pretty kind of like a magic reveal. So could you tell me some more about those? Because I'm curious.
Yeah.
I feel like Top Shot's not as wild as Disney, but it's a similar concept, okay? We got utility. We play a different game called Fast Break. So you get to set your own NBA lineup each night, and it's like a 12 to 14-day run. And the scarcity of your moments matter. So we have different tiers. We have commons, which are like your cheaper moments, rares, which are mid-tier, and then legendaries, which are more expensive. You get different uses varied on your collection. So it's kind of similar to Disney where like your gold pins are the most expensive. It's kind of like the legendaries equals that. So we have those and we play games, and I don't know how to explain it better than that because that's my favorite part of it.
Yeah. No, it's true. And then your collection, you have these, like you said, those fast break games. They've also started this summer the historic fast break run. So it's something that if you're an NBA collector and you grew up, say, loving your favorite from the 90s players like in New York.
Penny Hardaway.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We got Penny Hardaway, and you can find those moments that are there now, and you can use those through a simulation game, which is pretty neat. Where it's like these players stopped playing decades ago, but now every night during these fast break historic runs, they're getting stats every night. So you're like, all right, great, look at this. My Akeem Olajuwon just got me 5 blocks tonight. Fantastic. Like it's just great, awesome. And I think it's. It plays a little bit with the fantasy sports if you're into that at all. But even if you just like just the collectible itself, it's BananaMac. I know, how you were telling us how you got started in it. But what do you think of the future of Top Shot and all the digital stuff that you've been into so far on your run and your journey? What do you think the next couple of years will bring for the generations out there and to come?
I think the next few years are huge because iPad kids are going to be 18, which means they are going to want digital. These kids are being raised on technology. So I think our future's beyond bright. And I think the more we see it in person, getting NBA Top Shot signs in arenas, doing things in the Disney parks, all that stuff that meets people who might not be on Twitter and online to see that this stuff even exists is what really matters to me. So I rep Top Shot gear if I go to a game because somebody's going to ask me about it. I had a neighbor the other day when I was walking who stopped me to ask me about the podcast, and I was wearing a Top Shot shirt. So I was like, oh, this is actually the shirt. This is a brand. Look it up. Like, people need to see it. And I think that's going to be what plays it out for us.
I think so. No, very true. Something with that too. I know. I was hearing too at some hotel over in Disney. Somebody was telling me that even right on the check-in, that they have a sign about Disney Pinnacle pins, where it's something that there's QR code. I don't know if you've seen it, but I have heard from a collector that there are some check-ins at the hotel that has the promotion, about the Disney Plus perks and the free pin. So it's those kind of things. You're right about just seeing it. And I obviously, I know you've been out in the community of collectors. A little bit. You want to tell us a little bit about your Summer Fest, the event that you're able to go, that you went to and talked with collectors, face to face on the digital aspect.
Yeah. So that was wild. I went to NBA Summer League down in Vegas. We did 4 nights, 5 days, and we went to games. We went to a hangout where we did a pickup basketball game. Chilled. Just got to talk to collectors, meet a player, which was a perk of being with Top Shot. They brought Ty Jerome into the event, who we all got to meet and have autographs and pictures with. And then we all did a private dinner at a bar called Brewdog, where Top Shot opened a tab, you ordered what you wanted, and you literally just talked to collectors and hung out. Like, it was a dream situation.
I love the events like that where it's this is all with Dapper Labs. Obviously, they do NBA Top Shot. We know NFL all day, Disney Pinnacle. There's such a number of different collectors amongst all those communities. I would love for a one day, to maybe do a one big Dapper event like that. I know if it's a combination of all NFL all day. Disney having us all at an event would just be great. I think to just get the full community too, even if it's like a once a year thing, just to kind of see what that drums up and just the relationships that are made through that. As we're all here right now talking about it, if it wasn't for digital collecting, this episode wouldn't have happened. The 4 of us wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be missing out on your Disney trip and talking to the 3 of us. I mean, that's just some of the fun here that I think that comes along with it. And you want to tell us a little bit too, BriarJay, just on your journey, what you find with the community here of collectors so far?
Well, for number one, we have a Discord that's run by Pinnacle, right? So Disney Pinnacle runs a Discord. It's a safe space. It's monitored by people. So it's a good place to find information, ask questions. And there's some other ones out there, and that is what it is. You can figure out what Discord on your own. It's a safe environment if you go to the Disney Pinnacle specific and hang out there. You can find out a ton of information. But the thing that I found was the most interesting. Oh, Eleanor, what happened? I went to Disney and I bought a bunch of pins. And so
It happens. It happens.
we didn't have any to trade. And I felt like a machine. Like I was like, I am the
Look at
worst.
this.
So
And you
listen,
accidentally end up buying a bunch to trade.
I accidentally bought a ton. Yeah. I also upgraded to an annual pass. What'd you say?
Those are all new. Those are all new pins you just picked up.
Yeah,
Is this from
BriarJay
your
don't
last
play around.
trip?
Look, I have to catch up. Do you not?
Oh.
When I am behind, I gotta catch
Jeez.
up.
What? Look at this. You got them on you too as well. Oh, this is.
Yeah,
You gotta keep them on you. Gotta keep that thing ready.
Oh, for sure.
That is awesome.
This was the one that made me get a fig pin. This thing's so cute. But yeah, so the thing that I thought was the most interesting was that every time I walked up to any cast member that was a trading post, none of them knew they existed. Several people were like, "Don't tell nobody." And they whipped out their phone and followed me, and so I think that what needs, again, the t-shirt, right? I was trying to come up with a t-shirt, come and try a t-shirt. It didn't have a logo, and so I didn't want to go out there with something shoddy. But now I have designed a t-shirt that like has a clear plastic pouch on the front and the back. I'm just gonna wear an iPad and a power pack, and I'm gonna have my pins on me, and it's gonna say "Wanna trade? Ask me about pins" or something, and no Pinnacle, because I can't, utilize that thing. But these people had no idea, huh?
Wow, that's
Yeah.
I mean,
I talked to this great guy who was a vacation club guy. His name was Will. He's like, "You should see this wall of pins that I have." And I just showed him a few, and he was like, "Oh, why don't we know about this?" And so someone had seen one of my little ads or something I had posted, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, write me and I'll trade you something." So what I found is that the moments, those magic reveals are really intriguing for people. That connection to the layers, then the tiering, just like there would be in card collecting or any other type of collection where you're looking for that rare item, became really interesting. Like, for example, having Inside Out 1, Inside Out 2, and them creating the memory orb where they made 179 and there's only 86. They burned the rest. I've got number 92. I'm above the burn. I feel kind of cool about that, and so showing people that, they're like, "Whoa," seeing people's faces react to the Disney moments in my hand, showing them that the magic reveals really were a huge selling point. I would say that was part of what was exciting. And then the full collection, like I just got, I don't know how, but like on 2 drops, I've gotten a number 1. So we just had Robin Hood. I don't know if anybody knows Robin Hood, but like, goodness gracious, as a child, that was one of my most favorite ones, right? And so I was like, I don't care, I'm going. So I got the number 1 Friar Tuck, which I felt pretty cool about. I hadn't, I was like, wow, cool. And then I also got like 16 chasers.
Woof. That's something. I kept going just to get the 1 till I got my 1 set down. I said, "Oh, I think I had to go through like 7 or 8 of them just to get that 1 chaser." But listen, that whistle stop song was in my head the whole time going, "That's all right, time. Just get another capsule. I'm just there whistling along. I gotta go get a second job now, but that's fine. I'll keep opening capsules." But no, I did.
Yeah, popping caps is hard
fun
when you're looking for that 1 item, huh?
That's true. It is part of the fun journey, and it's also you have them, and then you say, "You know what? Part of the trading events, I can, if I have 4 Lady Clucks, you know what? I can maybe get another set of something that I didn't have because I could trade away, trade the chicken away. You know what I mean? And just get a cards too, or something that I could be working on for another set, a little at a time." I love, hearing that and the firsthand stories, just you reaching those collectors out there, especially in, on a Disney property to begin with. It's just it's just so epic, and Eleanor coming to us live from there right now. I just love, have you seen any other collectors along the way? And have you talked to them about the Disney Pinnacle? And just what were your some experiences with like a first time collector, or the first time you showed it to even like a family member, a friend? What did they have to say about it to you?
So the number one thing that I get is trying to get some buy-in. Like, why would I spend money on that? Why would you spend money on anything, right? Like, we like it. Like BriarJay said, we like things that are shiny. We like collectibles, right? Like, I feel like we don't need that much buy-in for collectibles. People already love collectibles. So just kind of giving them that word of mouth and showing them that this is already a community that exists. Come join us, come see what this collection is about. I think that word of mouth is very powerful for the future of this. I know that we're huge on posting on X and on Instagram, and trust me, I have my Instagram. I know that it's important to continue to educate people in that way, but just word of mouth, like, hey, when I'm pin trading, like, as I'm doing my physical pin swap, hey, do you have a Pinnacle? And just walking them through like what it means to download Dapper, to make an account, linking them through the Disney Plus perks so that they can get that free capsule. If you sit down, if you want to talk to me for 10 minutes, you can leave with 2 capsules in front of me. I can get you your Disney Plus capsule, and I can get you your pumpkin harvest capsule. You know what I mean? Like, you can leave with something physically in hand from that word of mouth conversation, trying to get you connected to Pinnacle. And I will always lead them to the Discord as well. I don't know if I've seen anyone that I've specifically sent posting in the Discord, but I always encourage them to introduce themselves as a new member, because our community is awesome. We have people that will gift you new pins, that will kind of start you out on that collection. BriarJay is one of them. Like, if this is something that you want to be a part of, don't wait for a buy-in. Come into it now, because it's happening. Like BriarJay says, more and more is just going to keep happening. With these digital assets, there's so much opportunity to physically place the digital ads in like physical locations. Like, I can't imagine going to a basketball game and being able to like see the moment and like imagine they're like, all right, this moment is going to be made into a top shot, like kind of sign. Like, I don't know, like, can you imagine if that was kind of a thing? Or if I'm in line for something at Disney World and they say, hey, like, if you tap that you're in line, then you actually get a pinned for being part of this or whatever, like all these opportunities that it's really just endless, like, I can't wait to see what's going to happen.
The community is really big though. Like, I like that you mentioned that, because I brought one of my best friends to Summer League who's known about Top Shot since 2021, and she ended up not being into NFTs at all, sits in Vegas with all my friends, and is now a pin collector. She found Disney. She was like, that's my niche, that's my thing. And shout out Fabish, who we met in person, who got her into you guys' Discord. So we brought someone who was like not into NFTs and has listened to me for years, who found their thing. And that was a community. That was people, I don't want to say selling it to her, but like opening her eyes to that side. Because a lot of people in Top Shot dabble in pins, but I'm not half as educated on as you two, because like Top Shot's my thing. But I know I have an account. Not yet.
And I'm like the flip side. I'm like, I have a few Top Shot moments, but I'm fully Disney Pinnacle. But I like to see what's
Send me a trade.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I think it's just, when you were saying the community, I do think that one of the things that I noticed is in relationship to the online community that we've established for this project, and the being in the park, is that people love Disney. Disney brings them joy and doesn't break their ankle, okay? And so, like, people love Disney and they want to talk about Disney, and they love that you like their shirts and their hats and their ears and their pins. And so, because that community is already so inclusive and accepting of all the people, like, I'm a grown up. Look at this thing. Shh, look at this thing.
Uh-oh.
I walked around like this, okay? It has wings, okay? I'm a
That's
grown up.
awesome.
And it
That's
was all
great.
good. Figment is my jam, by the way. So having that experience, where people were just really accepting, it really made me realize that my online community is equally as accepting, and we really are trying to build each other up. I know I want to collab with a bunch of people in the community to do fun things. Like, I know I started puzzles. I got like, am I really ready to commit to like wanting to support this project full commit, and my goal is, after being at the park and seeing how the pins could interact, like I could see how you could trade live with somebody where you could like tap and trade the pins. Like, there are endless possibilities, really, on how these can play out in the park. It's really unreal. Like, what if you could get one from a ride or whatever, there's just it's just so endless. And so the community loves the pins, they love Disney, and it comes through even in our digital community. And I think that that is really hard to do in a digital realm, and everybody really cares about the pins and everybody really cares about each other, and I think that that is true.
For sure, it's true. And that's a lot of the fun with the with these digital collectibles is the community. I mean, it's something that's easy to stay in contact with. I think that I've seen as far as the pins. I don't know, like if you're involved with Facebook groups or connecting with that way, I know was a big part of the physical pin world. Do you want to speak a little bit of that? Have you any of you been involved with the physical communities, and where are they? Where do you go to find them, except for asking around, while you're at the park?
Yeah, so for those ones, it's a lot of finding Facebook groups, and there are different followings for that. I kind of keep to myself in some of those communities. Some of it can be a little bit intimidating, but that's kind of what I like about the digital pen trading community, is that it's less intimidating. I feel like I can genuinely just ask questions and come from a place where I'm just genuinely trying to learn and understand, and there are people that will guide you along that way. I just joined into Pinnacle August or July of this year, so I mean, I'm really kind of soaring through it since going through in July. I have plenty of pins that I've accounted for since then. But I don't know. I really feel like I find myself in the niche of the digital physical pin community a little bit more than the physical pin community, kind of just because of the vastness of it. It can be a little bit intimidating without knowing your little niche of what you're going to do. And digital pins are already a niche in and of itself. And I'm excited to see what that looks like when it's no longer a niche. You know what I mean? Like this has the opportunity to just be, I'm Gen Z. I don't speak for all of Gen Z, but I know that digital things are a lot more exciting than physical things sometimes. Digital assets is like a buzzword in in my generation. So, why not make your digital assets fun? Why not have them be Disney or NBA or whatever it is that you love, you know what I mean? Like let's switch over to the digital side of things. I know that there's also like digital trading cards. I just got into Topps trading cards, and I'm wondering if I should get into the digital side of that too.
Uh-oh. BriarJay, have you been tapping into the
Oh
top
man,
Disney
yeah, I'm on
boxes
the
or
top.
what?
I'm the tops
Oh
collect.
no.
The tops
Oh boy.
collect it right now. And what I would say is, it's the beginning, right? It's internal coin. It's an internal coin, and if you just click a lot of buttons, you get a lot of free stuff. There's one for Marvel too, and Star Wars, and so you could really go full
Cool.
Disney on it. Yeah, and you should be
Yeah.
like click click click. I am only on the Disney because I fell so in love with the tops chrome cards in my hand, right? I got like the panini like thing, and I'm like, this is cool. And then I picked that up. I was like, whoa, okay. Like, where are those cards going to? I'm interested to see. But yeah, it basically, you can get a lot of really cool stuff for free. And if you like invest $100, you can probably get a really cool card. And that's all I've ever put into it. Not much,
Wow.
Cool.
And this is just through, just explain a little bit. It's through the Play Store. You can get, it's called just Topps. Is it called just Disney?
It's called Disney Topps Collect here.
Okay. Okay, cool. Disney Collect. So this is just basically like app based. You collect. This is similar. I know Topps also has Topps Bunt for baseball. I think it's just like a arcade style. Collect coins, and that's really neat. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
and you get points for trading, or you're crafting something. So it is very relevant to other crypto places where you have to craft. So I think for people like me who don't want all the complicated, I'm like, how do I do this? How am I buying a pack? I get like a little overwhelmed with it. This makes this business so easy. So I learned crafting and like, oh, okay, like slow old lady, I'm a mom. I kind of don't really, I'm pretty good with tech, but I have migraines all the time, so I need it pretty easy. Here, look, I just crafted something. It only took a second. And so because it's so simple is why I'm doing it.
Oh, I love it. It's great. It's fun stuff. And I know I was at the Comic-Con here in New York City just a couple of weeks ago, and they had the Topps booth there. The registrations that you had to just get in just to see the Disney stuff that was there is just incredible. And it's like you had to get there early just to get in to see it. It's just they had a lot of stuff on display. Some things you could see just from passing by the booth, but there was like a like kind of a VIP room of collectibles there where you were able to get a free collectible trading card, but you had to get there early, and you had to get online and get your reservation done. But you could see obviously the interest there is just huge. It's just like Disney, like we were saying, is just has a mass appeal. And then what's cool about it in an investing aspect is just it's like sports. You never know how a career goes, but you know what? Peter Pan's Peter Pan. I mean, this is it. Like basically whatever. I'm sure value can go up and down depending on who wants to set, but he's not gonna get hurt. He's nothing strange gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's been it. It's like they're not gonna get hurt. They're not gonna make a red choice. Sorry, I'm a mom. Like they're like sorry, they never change. They don't get older. They stay the same. There's a vast amount of stuff that they can do with them. So I've really been enjoying it. It's been a good.
I love it. And just want to, before we close, I just want to go around and say some of your favorite collectibles, Disney related, one Disney related, and one not Disney related, whether it's a sport, whether it's a ticket stub, a program that you've been to. BananaMac, take us through one non-sport and one sport collectible of yours that's one of your all-time favorites.
Oof, that's hard because my whole life revolves around just different sports. But I'm gonna say Top Shot's my favorite for my sports collectible. Like that's what hits my home. And I'd say NFL all day too. My non-sports, I have a very vast collection. Like beanies. I have like well over 100 of them of every different sports team, which I know it comes back to sports, but I have like all the old names and stuff.
Okay. Is there one that means more to you than the others? Is there something that specifically, like you said, this, I don't care if it's got a hole in it, I'm still keeping this thing? And is this one of them that just means something to you as far as why you will always hang on to it?
I have a Washington Bullets hat, which is like pretty cool because that was before the Wizards. So like that's just a keepsake to me. Anything that's like an old name that doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, that holds value.
I dig it. You know what? I next time I'm out in Vegas, there's something I always wanted to see. There is a graveyard of sorts for neon signs, and it's something I've always wanted to go check out because they have, like, speaking of things that don't exist anymore, like maybe gas stations when you were a kid, Bob's Big Boys restaurant, something that don't exist anymore. And there is a place where you can go and just like walk through an entire like junkyard full of this stuff. But it's on display and it's like kind of neat to see. But I don't know if Top Shot ends up in Vegas again, I don't know. We might have to be walking around a junkyard out there trying to look at old stuff. I think it's
let's do it.
It's something to check out. I mean, you might like
start a new collectible over here, right?
Listen, neon signs, they get quite a penny, those things. So I mean, they take up a lot of room. They're not digital, but maybe we'll do a digital sign collectible.
Yeah.
We never know. Maybe that's the way
I don't know.
we connect the two. Keep them in your pocket.
Next time I'm on this show and they're like, "What do you collect?" Neon signs. I went to Vegas with Paulie once. Now I got a whole house full of them.
I went there on a plane. I came back on a flatbed. That's it. That's basically it. All right, that's true. You never know. Collectibles. Listen, I've been in some straitened situations where I went somewhere and I was just like, I've saw these. I mean, it's collectibles of sorts, but I mean, Christmas time comes, everybody decorates with whatever you want for your house or your holiday. You have some festive event. And you see something, you're like, I gotta get this. So I saw these massive like toy soldiers that were on like one of those clearance sales, and I said, these are fantastic. They're like, I don't know, 8 feet tall. They're massive, but they're made of like plaster. These things are huge and heavy. So at the time, I'm like, well, the store was closing. I'm like, how am I getting these out of here now? So I have a convertible that I put down the roof. I'm there driving to New Jersey down a route. With this thing, these two things sticking out of the top because I put the roof down because I said, I don't know how I'm getting them home. So there I am at a red light, and I got cars on the right and left of me with these two big heads sticking out, these two nutcrackers. So just imagine me going home down in the state of New Jersey with two nutcrackers sticking out. So for collectibles, we come across some crazy situations sometimes. I mean, it is what it is.
The things that we do for collectibles, right? Yeah.
You got any fun stories there what you're collecting or that you've come across, or your all-time favorites, just sports and non-sports?
My favorite is, of course, Disney Pinnacle. But if you were to get me a non-Disney thing, there's a whole other app, and it's from my childhood. It's very much an outdated platform, but it's called Chicken Smoothie. It's where you can adopt, trade, and kind of sell different rarities of pets. Again, it's from when I was a childhood. So if you kind of remember like the era of Webkins, Club Penguins, Neopets, like it's from that same era of thing. But I started collecting there in 2010, and I have a vast collection of chicken smoothie pets. It's like a dead website. Like there's probably only like 1,000 people that go on it a year, but I'm like probably one of the primary people keeping it alive. But that's my favorite non-Disney collectible thing.
That's awesome. This is new to me. So I mean, I might listen. You might have 1,003 collectors by the end of this episode because
chickensmoothie.com. It's very interesting. I mean, a random name, I know, but I mean, when you're a kid, names like that are like the funniest thing ever,
Absolutely. I love it. BriarJay, what you want to take us home with this? What are your obviously your all-time sports and non-sports?
Well, Disney, real quick, was my original Figment. He had a little yellow shirt. It had red rings around it, said Figment. I can't find one. I don't have mine anymore. That was my favorite. And my second favorite thing as a child was my Mr. T piggy bank. Which met its demise because the only way you could get it open, you couldn't, like, you had to cut it, break it open, and it was just like so sad. But those were my two childhood collections. And my Penny Hardaways, those I held on to from the 90s when I played basketball. So for sure, I love basketball. I am very scared of Top Shot. I'm staying away for right now. And Disney Pinnacle is where it's at. There's no better collectible that I could ever imagine. I can use them in the parks. I can talk to people at the trading stations, even if they're not available to trade yet at the trading stations. So I can talk to people in line. I'm creating community. I'm creating connection through the pins. And I get to use them watching Disney Plus. By the way, I fell in love with our little buddy, right? Our favorite little guy who likes to eat all the gross stuff. I started watching Mandalorian. What, for anybody, I'm 43, like for anybody who is a Disney Star Wars fan who loved 4, 5, and 6 and have been disappointed with everything else, please, 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 please watch Mandalorian. Give it a chance. It is epically good. Sorry, that was my little pitch on that. But Disney, having the ability to look at the Disney Plus, look at the pins, talk to my daughter who's 8 about like, You know, the reason that I bought the red panda was not me. She looked at it and she went, "He's so cute," you know? And so it's giving her memories. It's memories I have looking at the old movies, looking at the new movies. It's making us watch movies we've never watched before together. It's really establishing a relationship with my family and with other people in the Disney community. And that's why I fully believe in the Disney Pinnacle project. And it is why it's my favorite collectible of all of my life.
So awesome. I love it. It's great. I appreciate everybody coming on tonight. We just had a great time. Hope you did too. And definitely I'll be posting your social accounts out for everybody to follow. BananaMac, BriarJay, Eleanor&Pins. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. And enjoy Disney. Enjoy your Disney collectibles. I don't want to keep you wait too long. Thank you for taking the time to join us here tonight, and appreciate for coming on. What do you collect? All right, we'll talk to you soon.
What do you collect? Show me your collection. You're my one of one. You're my kind of obsession. My big break.